I gotta get my paperwork together. It's not good. Let me make sure I got everything. Phone, wallet, keys. Yeah, we're good. All right, guys. Let's talk about something here. We're going to talk about the placebo effect and if it really does take place in HVAC. Now, if you guys don't know what the placebo effect is, the placebo effect, it happens a lot in the medical industry. It's referred to as like a fake pill. Like a doctor can give you something for a psychological effect rather than a physiological effect. Meaning, let's say if you went to the doctor and you told the doctor your back was hurting, a doctor could give you something that can be worthless, but mentally the idea of you taking something for pain, that could trick your mind into thinking that, you know, it's actually helping you. In reality, it's probably not doing anything. But guys, real quick, I'm on the way to GNC, but I thought about something yesterday I want to talk to you guys about. The placebo effect. Does it occur a lot in HVAC? Or if it doesn't, we got to talk about this. Guys, in my opinion, the placebo effect, it could be taken out of context, meaning, you know, it's not like we're deceiving customers, or it's not like, you know, you're telling a customer something that means something else. Guys, you got to understand, I'm talking like in service. That's my background. I can't tell you sales, maintenance. Well, technically maintenance and service is like the same thing, but I can tell you from a service background, guys, I can give you a perfect scenario. Like this happens like at least, it doesn't happen a lot in the winter, but mainly like in the summer. But let's say if you guys run a service call and let's say, okay, I'm gonna give you a random scenario. You go on an OAC call and you replace a thermostat, okay? You put a new thermostat in and everything's working fine, okay? And let's say the customer was a woman, right? And the husband wasn't home. Okay, you talked to the customer, you told her everything's working fine. Now listen to this, guys. The husband gets home and the wife tells the husband, hey, you know, Jerry from Drew's crew came out and he fixed he replaced the thermostat. Everything's working fine. Now the husband, like I said, he wasn't there. He's only going off what his wife tells him. But let's say if now the husband turns the heat on, maybe later on that night, and he notices like a rattling sound coming from the vents. Something totally unrelated from what happened when you came out there. But let's say now the husband is like, okay, well, wait. Jerry came out a couple of hours ago to fix the heat or fix the AC. What's that sound? What's going on? Now the wife is probably going to call you back and she's going to say, hey, by the way, yeah, you came to such and such drive yesterday to fix the AC. My husband noticed that we noticed a rattling sound coming from the vents. We just want to know what's going on there. Now, guys, instantly, in our mind, I'm talking you as a service tech, you may think, okay, this might be a totally unrelated issue. So, guys, per our policy, we treat recalls like it's our fault 100% until we go out there and figure out what's going on. So, technically, you might go back out there, and it could be nothing wrong. It just could be maybe the sound of an odor blower. It could be something tedious, you know. But, guys, the point I'm trying to make to sum up that is that sometimes, guys, showing up is worth more than actually fixing the actual issue, if that makes sense. So what that means, guys, in that scenario, let's say the husband, and like I said, we're not talking about customers that know about HVAC. The only thing the customer knows is that he turned the thermostat on that you put in, and now the unit is making a noise. He just needs to know that everything's okay. So you go out there, you're not trying to diagnose this over the phone. You're going out there as a service tech. You're going out there because you're like, wait a minute, I hope nothing else is going on. But if you go out there, whether it be the husband or the wife there, and you open up the blower door and you make sure everything is okay, that gives the customer peace of mind. And guys, you got to understand, the placebo effect does happen with HVAC, but it happens in a way for customer satisfaction, if that makes sense. You guys got to understand, like if, you know, let's say if you go out there, like same scenario with a thermostat that you replace. If you tell a customer, if you told that customer's husband, yeah, everything is okay, everything is working fine, that customer still is going to have some type of worries like, hey, I get what you're saying, but I still want to make sure that this unit is not going to go off in the middle of the night and now the family is freezing or the family is burning up. So technically, guys, that placebo effect works in the HVAC industry, but you got to understand, you have to go out there and you have to show up and make sure that everything is working fine. So it sounds crazy, but like I said, guys, you showing up, even if you don't do anything, you showing up and making sure that everything's working fine is worth more than if you would have told the customer over the phone, like, yeah, well, it's impossible for anything else to break down, because I was just out there yesterday. Guys, like I said, that may work for some customers, but a lot of customers, especially if they're concerned, maybe they got kids or they got elderly people there, it wouldn't cost you anything just to show up. And like I said, even though you think that everything's okay with the system because you're the last company out there, it wouldn't cost you anything just to go out there and, like I said, just make sure everything's okay. You know, and sometimes it could be something else going on, but like I said, guys, you have to treat every single recall like it's your fault until you can go out there and prove that everything is okay. And that, like I said, that's just customer service 101. But back to the original question, I don't mean to get too far off topic. That placebo effect does work, like I said, in service, because like I said, guys, most customers don't know about HVAC. And if you can show them that everything's working fine, that's why I was telling you guys this before. Like, I like showing customers my findings. I like showing customers, like, hey, you know, ma'am or sir, we came out here to, you know, replace a we found a bad blow motor, we found a bad circuit board. I like showing them this, guys, because instantly what that does, if I'm explaining this over the phone, guys, it could sound crazy, but if I'm showing the customer, hey, ma'am, this is your XYZ, it does this, yada. Instantly, guys, I'm not trying to overcomplicate it, but if I show a customer what the issue is, what the part is supposed to do, and what it's not doing, instantly, guys, I know this customer is out and call me back in a couple hours and say, hey, yeah, well, what happened to that part that you put in? Is this supposed to do? No, I'm explaining this. Like I said, I like once again, guys, I told you this before in another video. I like putting everything on the table, and any questions the customer may have, I'll be glad to explain things before we start anything, guys. And that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. I don't like to assume a customer knows what I'm talking about. I keep things on a need-to-know basis, but I explain it very, very basic, very simple. You know, I'm not talking to a customer like I'll talk to another HVAC tech. That wouldn't make any sense, you know. But like I said, guys, that placebo effect, it works. But, you know, once again, you got to understand, we're not out to deceive customers. You got to understand that, you know, sometimes you showing up, once again, you showing up is worth more than actually fixing the problem sometimes. The customer needs to know that if something breaks, you're going to show up. And like I said, guys, that's service 101. You know, if you can't show up, then someone else will. And especially if you guys run your own shops, if you don't show up enough times when the customer needs you, guess what? Just like the monopoly effect, you know, you run out of chips, you're gonna lose the game, you know. You know. So, but yeah, guys, that was just something that was on my mind. And right now, guys, I got to get to GNC. I got to get some pre-workout. I actually, like I said, guys, I feel like I'm talking in circles. Everything I told you guys, I feel like I'm regurgitating the same thing. But guys, check this out, right? This had to have been like over the summertime. My pre-workouts is simple. I used to have, technically this isn't a pre-workout, this is just some shit that I do. And guys, I'm not a medical expert, I'm not a supplement expert. Like I said, whatever you guys do, if you guys go to the gym, make sure you do research on whatever you take, just so you know exactly what you're getting into. But guys, I used to do BCAA, which is like what you take after the gym. I never actually took pre-workout until like probably, maybe 3 months ago. But like I said, guys, anything that can help you, you know, help you with recovery, like I said, especially like I said, if you guys are out there going to the gym 2-3 days a week, you know, we're not robots, we're humans. So like I said, anything that's going to help you recover, and like I said, help you, you know, help you get your pump in, or like I said, help you get to the gym the next day without, like I said, without feeling like you handicapped. I mean, like I said, guys, supplements in general is definitely worth it, in my opinion. You just have to do your research, and you have to look up, like I said, once again, know what you want to accomplish, you know. Like I said, we're not talking about like steroids or some crazy shit, but just know what you want to accomplish. And like I said, guys, you know, definitely look it up. But like I said, I tried the BCAA thing, and I'm just making sure my doors are locked here, guys. But I tried the BCAA thing, and it helped for like, I think that's post-workout. You take that after you're done. But like I said, guys, it worked, but it wasn't like kind of like what I was expecting in regards to, you know, the effects. You know, when I was taking that BCAA, I was still like kind of gassed out, and I'm like, all right, I know supplements are not supposed to work instantly, but I'm like, all right, I kind of like, I don't know. I wasn't looking for instant results, but I'm like, all right, I still feel like I'm like dehydrated as hell, like even after taking this. So, guys, I was like, I don't know. I had to look up, do my own research, and I had to look up, different. I had to look up other supplements, and I'm actually on the way now to GNC. I'm gonna show you guys what I get. But yeah, guys, let me know, like I said, what you guys think in the comments in regards to the placebos and HVAC. If I miss one, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Because I know for sure, guys, like I said, it is what it is, to each his own. Whatever works for you, it's important to know what works for you. You stick with it. But somebody mentioned this the other day. It wasn't in HVAC, but they talked about, like, in the home service industry, a lot of customers, especially if customers look things up online, like a lot of customers could, assume like, hey, XYZ is supposed to do XYZ, but a lot of home service providers, they don't really carefully explain some things. And sometimes if you leave some repairs or whatever you do, if you leave things up to imagination, now you got the customer, a customer is not going to sleep good at night, especially after they paid you and they think that something is still going on. That's going to result in automatic recall. So like I said, guys, showing up and making sure that the customer has some peace of mind. I mean, how much is it costing you to do that? It's not really costing you that much money to actually do anything. You're not even, at that point, guys, you're not even fixing anything. You just opening up a door, and if even if you got to take pictures or take a video, show the customer, hey, ma'am, sir, this is what I did. And make sure to, so you answer it, whatever questions or concerns they had. You're not out there just telling them, regurgitating the same it's working story. Make sure you understand what they're trying to ask. And then, like I said, guys, it's just, I don't know, guys, it's just like ABCs to me. But it's cool now that, like I said, most of these topics I can just go over, because I know some guys that are going through this, but it wasn't explained in a way that, like I said, they can comprehend. But like I said, guys, I put out a bunch of different content, a bunch of different topics, especially with service. And like I said, guys, it's all about getting better. You're not going to hit every single service call out the park, but if you focus on getting better and you focus on learning, like I said, guys, it's just, most of this shit is just repetition, And hopefully you love doing HVAC, so it's not repetition like you fucking working yourself in the ground. But like I said, guys, you get better day in and day out, and like I said, pretty soon you guys are going to be killing it, man, if you stay in it long enough. But guys, that's enough yapping. That was just a quick GMC talks. My episodes are going up. I think this is like the 9th episode I did. But yeah, guys, and like right now it's like 40 degrees outside. It fucking feels like it's 70. I don't know. I think all that 9 and 10 degree nights we had, guys, 40 degrees is starting to feel pretty good. But guys, what I'll do, I'm gonna post some pictures up of what I get from GNC. I'm like probably 20 minutes away. But I'm gonna post what I put up. And like I said, guys, if you guys aren't already doing this, man, make sure you guys are hitting the fucking gym, man, and getting it in, guys. You got to make sure your mind is right. Make sure you're taking care of your bodies, man. Because guys, look, HVAC is good, but if your body break the fuck down, I don't know if you guys have, like I said, hopefully you guys don't have any crazy body problems as far as with your back or your legs. But like I said, guys, regardless of what the work schedule does, or how much you guys work, just take your time out, man, just to take care of yourselves, guys, because you don't want to have this conversation when it's too late. And like I said, guys, now is this, like I was telling you in previous videos, man, is once you start having physical problems, it's hard to come back from certain things, because like I said, I don't, like, it's funny, guys, somebody told me this when I was in trade school, because like I said, guys, I always been like a taller guy, but somebody told me when I was growing up, he was like, you always got to take care of your back and your legs. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, the older you get, the more you understand. Like some people, like I said, especially taller people, back and leg problems is going to be damn near a guarantee. Especially like I said, well, what we do, guys, like I said, I'm not sitting in the office all day. I'm like out, like I said, running around. But like I said, guys, invest in knee pads, invest in, like I said, not doing stupid shit early. Like, take care of yourself, because like I said, guys, you don't want to be a fucking cripple. You don't want to be a permanent amputee in your 40s and 50s. Like, hell no. So, but guys, I'm about to rock out. I'm on the way to GNC, and I'll put up what I bought later on, so you guys can check it out. But guys, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments when you guys see this later, as far as placebos. And like I said, I only brought up one that I know of, and like I said, that's the fact that you going out and technically not fixing anything, but make sure you go over everything visually with the customer so they know that everything's okay. Like I'm talking like it could be an intermittent sound, it could be like something that's like non-mechanical. I'm talking like just one of those nuisance calls. You still got to show up, even though like I may post a few nuisance calls here and there, but guys, you still got to show up. There's really no point. I mean, you got to treat every single call like okay, there's an issue. That's how you got to mentally look at it. You can't just assume just because you came out there that the customer is going to just that it's probably nothing going on. It could be a totally separate issue going on. But like I said, guys, you can't turn customers down. Especially if they think that something's going on. That should be enough for you to answer the phone and also go out there and see what's going on, guys. But guys, be sure to check out more content coming out next week. But like I said, guys, let me know if you guys had to use any placebos or any other benefits or non-benefits of placebos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But guys, I'm about to rock out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.